Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a Sidequest episode from Game Pass Grab Bag. We are going to do a preview of an upcoming Game Pass game, Back 4 Blood, which was on just recently in open beta. Well, sort of open beta. You could either sign up for it or pre-order the game, but they called it open beta. But anyway, I am your hardcore gamer host, Andrew. With me, we have our moderate gamer, Keith.
Hello.
And returning again, our guest, Dave.
Hey, everybody.
Who guys is also a moderate gamer. I guess I should also give you a title too.
I feel like he deserves an upgraded title from guest. This is now what, his third episode?
Yeah,
and probably more.
We'll think about it. But unfortunately, Liz did not get to play it in time before the beta closed, so she did not join us. I forgot how limited of a time it was, so I didn't force her to play. But I thought we could give you guys a just quick insight of what we thought of this short beta that we got to play. So Back 4 Blood is brought to you by some former members of Valve Studio who created the original Left 4 Dead game, and you can clearly see a lot of roots of Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood. I mean, right away you can tell by its name. But the studio creating Back 4 Blood is Turtle Rock Studios. And Dave and Keith, does that studio sound familiar at all with you guys?
No, not at all.
I'm surprised you don't remember it, Dave. How about you, Keith?
Not coming to me. I'm probably going to kick myself.
They're a fairly new studio, but they had one major game before that unfortunately failed. But they were the studio behind Evolve. I don't know if you guys remember that little game.
Oh, yeah. Really? I downloaded it when it went free to play, and it was on its last legs, and then I thought it was boring, and then I see why it died. But it was a great concept.
I thought it was a fun game. I thought it was cool. I actually bought it when it was like $10. But yeah, Back 4 Blood, it's very similar to Left 4 Dead, where you are playing a few characters and you're basically going from point A to point B, shooting a bunch of zombies. So starting off, I know we normally do a gamer pass, but I want to do things a little differently here. On a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being absolutely not interested in this game, to a 4, you are incredibly excited for this game. Where do you guys land? Keith, why don't you start us off?
Do you want to say going into it, like before we played it or after we played it, or both?
After we played it.
Okay. Because it was a definite 4 for me going into it, and it's going to fall as a 3.5. I don't know. I think it wasn't I don't know how to say it. I was less excited playing it than I thought I was going to be, but at the same time, it was a beta, and I'm still very excited because I think when the ultimate game comes together, it's going to be awesome.
What about you, Dave?
Similar to Keith, I think going into it, it was definitely a 4. I have a ton of awesome memories playing Left 4 Dead, and that game was really, really good. And this game is really, really good too. But I think a lot of it was nostalgia, so it fell just a little bit. It's not bad by any means or anything like that, but there are some pieces I felt that were... I felt it was a little uneven and stuff that we can talk about. But
yeah, I guess I'm in the same boat. I guess we're like 3 for 3 here, because I was the same way, where I was very excited for this game, and then playing the beta, I'm excusing some things. For me, I thought graphically it looked like a 360 game. Graphically, I didn't care for it, but there's a lot of elements to this game that I was hoping they were going to do, and they are doing it. So it actually makes me really excited. So yeah, I'm like the same. I'd actually give him I'm a 3, like a solid 3. But yeah, so Back 4 Blood. I couldn't quite figure out the story. There was no cinematics or anything like that. But I'm intrigued with the story, because you're not fighting zombies. I mean, they're zombies, but they're not called zombies. They're called the Ridden. So it looks like there's some sort of virus. I mean, surprise, surprise. I mean, that's kind of all zombie things go. And your characters are known as cleaners. So I don't know. Did you guys get this? I felt like this was maybe a year or two after the zombie outbreak happened, and like humanity is kind of near its end, but at least humanity is settled in on like this doomed world, because your characters are called cleaners. So it sounds like you guys are going into certain areas and basically doing missions, but you're not like, oh, we need to survive and escape the boat because here comes zombies. It looks like you're actually going into this world. I don't know. Did you guys pick up any of the story?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the fact that you're being called a cleaner, I thought that was interesting. I guess I didn't piece a ton of it together the way you explained it, but I think that actually kind of makes sense. Like, again, there's not a lot to go by, and if we're talking about nostalgia, I feel like playing Left 4 Dead, that was like everything about the game was the cinematics, and it was like very tense all the time. But yeah, this felt like, hey, yeah, you're going in to accomplish a specific task, and then you like, yeah, you're a cleaner. So
And the home base, I think, adds to that too, that same idea, because you have like this home base that you're leaving each time, and that's where you collect all your collectibles and all your upgrades.
Yeah, going into the gameplay, one thing I actually loved, I remember I said this during our E3 Sidequest episode, that I was hoping they were going to do this, and they did. So there is clearly a ton of replayability with this game, and I love it. You know, there's varying difficulties, but the cool thing that they're adding is a roguelite element, as they described it, because, you know, every game's doing some sort of rogue element, let's be honest.
I love it.
So in this game, you're creating a deck of cards, which are like skills, and as you're progressing through the stages of a level, you're picking what card to play. First of all, I thought the mechanic was very confusing at first, because my team's playing cards, and some of them I think work for your team, but some only work for you. I did not find a tutorial. Did you guys find a tutorial?
No, it wasn't well explained at all.
Yeah, I found this to be trial by fire, but whatever. I was there to shoot zombies, and that's what I did. But I'm intrigued by this deck building concept of you having these cards, and you can build this way you want to build your character.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a sucker for rogue elements games. It's
yeah.
It's what I do. It's what I live for. But at the same token, I think it adds to the replayability. Like you said, I mean, thinking back to Left 4 Dead, there was no upgrading your characters. There was none of that. So it's just
very point A to point B.
Yeah, so I guess in a lot of ways it makes this game feel a lot more modern in the aspect that it's like a living game that you can just kind of replay and play with your friends. And so I'm excited to see with like new maps coming out, and I feel like, again, with modern technology, they can continue adding maps, so they can only build on the game if they want to.
Yeah, if it's anything like their previous game of Evolve, like they added a ton to that game. So the studio definitely backs up their games.
And I believe it was free for the most part with Evolve too, right? Like I know
Evolve, it didn't become free until later in its life, and they took too long to make it free.
But I mean, the downloadable content, I know some of the new monsters were free, and some of them were
no, they
paid
weren't.
for.
They were like $15 a pop.
Oof.
Yeah. Eventually, they came out with in-game currency where you could eventually unlock them, but yeah, they were like $15 a pop.
Okay.
So hopefully they don't do that. I think they learned.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, I think the fact that this isn't exactly a new concept, and it's a game that has a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people, I think they're going to be able to build off of that. And so if they can just do it successfully and not come out and like flop the game, which unfortunately sometimes we see, if they can come out strong and they can make this a good game to start, it's going to succeed, unlike Evolve did.
So what did you guys think of the gunplay compared to Left 4 Dead?
I don't know, maybe there were settings to it, but I felt that it was very snappy. It wasn't exactly.
Oh my gosh, the auto aim is so heavy in this game.
Exactly. So it's not like this smooth, like, oh nice, like I don't know, like a gunplay type of style. But for
super easy.
For what it is, I liked it, because when you get into these horde situations, it's nice that it can just semi-auto lock you onto headshots and all of that.
Every time I did aim down sights, it was a headshot. So I always did like a semi-auto rifle. And it was just left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger. And I'm just headshotting every zombie.
Guitar Hero.
That auto aim I thought was it kind of felt like it a little bit.
Which difficulty did you guys play on?
Just the easy.
I wonder if that changes by difficulty.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I unfortunately didn't get to play as much because the beta was only 3 days.
Right.
But I ended up getting to play through the whole thing of it. That's why I only ended up doing the one difficulty.
Yeah, I only played the easy one too, and I felt the same way about the auto lock on.
Yeah, but I do like, it does seem like they added a bunch of specialty zombies. I will say, so far, granted, I'm sure this changes once again in the difficulty as well, but playing on the easy difficulty, I actually found it a little too easy. So this game, once again, if you guys remember in Left 4 Dead, they always, boasted how they had like a quote-unquote director, and how well your team's doing. The director will make it harder, throw more zombies at you, or throw more special zombies at you. And so this game is supposed to have the same feature, but I felt like I was mostly breezing through the level. There was one level when all three of us played together, the boat level where you had to blow up a boat. That was incredibly hard, but the rest of all the other levels I thought were so easy. I wanted more hordes of zombies. I felt like there wasn't a ton of zombies on the screen.
Well, one small point I will make is that when we played that level the first time with the three of us, was the actual first time I had loaded up the game, if I recall.
That's true.
So like
and we had a bot too.
I mean, I know I have a tendency to drag our teams down. I'm not even going to deny that. But I was like on truly like 50-pound weight mode. I was just absolutely useless that entire round.
It probably wasn't a good first level for you to play.
Yeah, because Dave had to sign off shortly after, and then Andrew and I went through from the start. And by the time we got back to that point, I think we died maybe once on it, or we might have just breezed right through it. I can't really remember.
I think we breezed through it. We were with a person who literally was sprinting the entire time, just doing the objectives.
Oh, that was true. That was kind of annoying, but it got us through it.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, the bots I found to be kind of all over the place. I didn't think they were too good, but like I do like that this game has bots. But yeah, you can play with random people. But I will say one thing that I really am looking forward to this game, and I thought was really cool, are the guns. There's a ton of guns in this game.
Yeah.
I was impressed. And you're getting attachments. You can get better quality guns that have a higher base damage. I think the looting system is actually really cool. Like, this game encourages you to search every nook and cranny. Old Left 4 Dead, it was just point A to point B. You know, there's not a lot of hidden things. Most things you're finding is maybe a grenade, maybe a loose weapon here and there, but not a lot. In this game, you really want to search. You want to find currency. You want to find hidden perks. You want to find hidden guns. I really am excited about that in this game.
Yeah, I thought the attachments were really cool. It reminded me a lot of Apex, like just the types of attachments they had and how they upgrade your guns. And that was really exciting to see, in addition to just the number of guns. With the... what was I going to say? I lost my thought. Oh, no. Left 4 Dead only had... I looked it up, had 5 guns. When it originally came out. I didn't get a chance to play Left 4 Dead 2, but that one I think had 12. And so going from that to this one is like somewhere around 30, just right off the bat, is crazy.
Yeah, I was very excited to see that element of it, where we're just having so many different options. And like you mentioned, Dave, I liked having the different attachments and everything. I did think they were almost like the card system. They weren't really well explained, and you'd be replacing ones without realizing it sometimes, because they would fill different slots, but they would actually be completely different attachments, unlike an Apex, for example, where you just have like the same barrel stabilizer, but it's a different color. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I was confused. Don't fight me, Andrew.
I agree with you, Keith. Actually, I at least learned, because in the main hub world, you have a big old shooting range that, you know, you can play with every gun, every attachment. So I already did that, and I kind of had an idea. But you didn't get that time, Keith. You were just thrown right into the fire.
Oh yeah, I did mess around a little bit with it, but that's also just a really cool feature of the gameplay is without you can kind of get access to play with every single gun to know what your style is and what you want to look for every time when you're going through the world.
So the thing I found most disappointing, I said a little bit at the beginning, I found the graphics to be really not that impressive. Like, granted, this is beta, and I'm assuming they toned down the graphics too, because, you know, this is a beta. This is supposed to be something quick. You don't want to be having a 40, 50 gig download game of, you know, this beta when it's just a 3-day game. So I'm assuming they probably toned down the graphics on purpose. Anytime I've seen a trailer, granted, trailers are always kind of exaggerated on how good the game's going to look, but it looks like it could be better. I hope it is.
I thought the graphics were fine. I didn't think they were... I mean, to your point, Left 4 Dead came out in 2008, and this game's coming out now, and the graphics aren't that much better. But I will say the environments were so much bigger and more wide open, and so
they were.
So being able to handle like all the zombies and all the swarms, there's still not really a game besides Left 4 Dead that I can think of that's done quite that level of just that many things in a first-person game on the screen.
Oh, first person. I was going to say Dead Rising.
Dead Rising, that's third person now.
I know. And then I was going to say Dynasty Warriors, but that's third person as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Dynasty Warriors. Can we get another one of those, please? I just want a new Dynasty Warriors. It's so bad. But no, I do agree. Like, graphically, I wasn't overly impressed, and I think that was part of my, like, oh, okay, that's the game. But I'm hoping you're right. I'm hoping it's better when they release the final product. So I'm not going to give it a full pass on that. And honestly, if it came out like that and the gameplay stayed as good as it was and the graphics stayed the same way they are right now, I wouldn't love it, but I wouldn't be disappointed to a point where I wouldn't play the game.
Well, I can at least confirm. I know one thing that's definitely not going to be in the main game after this beta, and that the zombies will no longer say the N-word.
Yeah. That was the thing they didn't mean to do. So that's a good thing. They're going to fix that.
But so I'm assuming both of you guys heard this audio, right?
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
And I do truly believe it was not intentional, but yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep. Nope.
What developer would have the zombies see the N-word?
It was pretty clear. So I think it's going to be a smart call to take that out of the game.
Yeah, they confirmed that was gone.
But
probably for the better.
But that's going to be one of my other things that I was kind of disappointed in. I wasn't overly
You're disappointed
impressed.
they're getting rid of the N-word?
Yeah, you know me. I'm not even going to let you have the ability to take a clip of that. But I was kind of just not really overly impressed with the sound. And I know this isn't Left 4 Dead, and we keep going back to Left 4 Dead, but that's what it's going to be compared to. It just didn't have as good of a soundscape in a lot of ways. Like I remember the Weepers, and is that what they were called?
The witches.
The witches. Like that was creepy and eerie, and especially if you're going to be in a world where you're going out on missions, I want there to be like you're going through a hospital and you have to kind of do it like stealthy, and you have those like wishes just like weeping in a background.
They had something like it, but I didn't think it was as impressive.
It was like
called Dreamers or something, or Insomniacs.
But they like screamed, didn't they? It wasn't even like the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't creepy.
Yeah, like the witches had that like. It would be echoey off in the distance, and you would it would get louder as you got closer. And it was like just this weeping, and it was.
And then when you activate it, she would just be screaming constantly, and it freak everyone out.
And heaven
she was
forbid,
super powerful.
Yeah, and heaven forbid you hit one by accident. Like that scream caught you off guard. It was like actual nightmare fuel. It was so good, and so I'm hoping that doesn't get lost out when they go live with this.
I'm sure they won't. There's still plenty of like specialty zombies I don't think they have that were in the beta. A big thing too that was also in the beta, I don't know if you guys tried it out, but there's actually a PvP mode.
No, I didn't give it a chance.
I didn't try it, but I wanted to.
I didn't try it either, but I did see a lot of streamers play it, and Left 4 Dead 2 had it as well. And it's very similar in the same where, some people are playing the zombies, some people are playing the survivors, and it's kind of who can either get the farthest or survive for the longest time. It's a fun distraction. I don't think I'll play it too much. I played a little bit with Left 4 Dead 2, and I just thought it was okay. It's kind of frustrating when you're playing the zombie and you're really playing against kids that are really sticking together. It can be a little difficult, but this one actually seems, I don't know, from what I saw, it looks like it's pretty fun. I wouldn't mind trying it, but it's not going to be my main focus.
They had it in the first Left 4 Dead as well, I believe. Because I remember playing it, and I never played 2.
I don't think so, because I'm almost certain that the original Left 4 Dead was on PlayStation 2. So it was before like online play was available. I mean, I guess the PlayStation 2 had a modem, but online play was so limited. I don't think the first one had it.
It was 360.
I can't remember.
So
well, Left 4 Dead 2 would have been 360, right?
I have it right over there. So it's 360. I know it's 360.
Are you sure it wasn't ported over?
It could have been.
I don't think it was.
But I don't think so.
I think it was 360.
I'm Googling this right now.
2008. I know that. So.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad they had the mode, but yeah, it's something I don't think I'm going to visit too much, though.
Well, it's 2008. I could have sworn I played this game on my PlayStation 2. That's all I'm saying.
Guess you were wrong, Keith.
I mean, I guess I am. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
What else did we want to talk about?
Was there different the characters? Honestly, I didn't notice any difference or look at
their
any
decks were
difference.
different. So
it's kind of going back to gameplay, but we didn't talk.
That's another thing I actually really liked. Each cleaner actually has special abilities. So you have like one character that the more he kills, I guess, while aiming down sights, he gets stronger. I played a guy where he got to carry an extra lethal. So I think there's going to be 8 starting cleaners, 8 characters you can play with, and yeah, they have their own decks and what they can get for cards, but they have starting abilities. And this is another thing that really impresses me, because in Left 4 Dead, it's just all the characters are the same. It's just kind of cosmetics. But also, too, they did announce that there are in-game cosmetics, so you can design your characters different ways, different weapon skins. I mean, what game isn't doing that? But I'm at least really excited that I do feel like this game's going to have a lot of replayability.
Yeah, and I think that on top of that, it's fun to play with friends. Like, I think the best... Like, as much as we won that round when we had the person who was just running to the end of the level every time, great, we beat the level, but honestly, I'd rather just have fun. Like, I don't know, it was more fun yelling at you guys every time a zombie downed me, or when I got encased
Which
in
is a lot.
whatever it was, or frozen, or all of the many things that were happening to me in very bad situations.
Yeah, and I think my best memories of Left 4 Dead were on the really hard modes, playing with four of my friends, and barely escaping, or only some of us escaping, and those are the best times. So I think this game still has that potential, with us just in our limited play getting to play on an easy setting, and although it was easier, still kind of having those moments.
All right, definitely. Anything else? Just wrap up.
Achievements.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's just about it. Just about everything. We just wanted to make this kind of a quick preview episode. I'm sure we're going to be covering this game in the future. But yeah, the more I'm talking about it, I'm really excited. I liked what was here. It definitely looked like a beta, but I'm excited for it.
I still stick by my 3.5. I'm not going away from that, because I think you're right. The more I've talked about it, the more I'm excited about it. But there are still the points that I had issue with, and I'm going to keep my issues on those. So still 3.5.
Oh,
it's not harsh. It's just accurate.
I like it, but I'm excited. I'm hopeful for what they can do.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, this is going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us for this preview, and you can look for our future episode of Back 4 Blood. So we hope to see you again for that episode.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.